Hello, welcome into another edition of the Danny Sancomb Show. My name is Matthew Kiefer, Sports Information Director here at CalU. And with me in a very busy week, as is going to be the case from now until basically the remainder of the season, is head coach Danny Sancomb. Coach, it's been a very whirlwind week for you guys. A lot of games here going on. First starting off with Mercyhurst, a big game against the top 25 team in the country, number 11 at the time when you faced them. What was your game plan going into that contest and what you've seen with the Lakers, and what were you guys able to execute so well?
Well, we really wanted to move the ball. We thought they have great help side defense, so we really wanted to attack and be able to skip the ball to the weak side or skip it down low to our big guys. And we knew we were going to have to pass the ball well to get open shots, and we executed very well against them. Our guards were able to get in the lane and find open guys for layups and dunks and open threes. And we were hard to guard that night. We shared the ball extremely well. I think we had 22 or 23 assists, so we moved it well. And then our defense was very good. We didn't give them many open looks. We made them shoot the ball with a contest, a good hand in their face, and we rebounded the ball well. And that's important for us. And, you know, to go there and win, you have to play well. And we were able to go over there and put 40 minutes together.
Yeah, I know. I sent you a message after the game there. That's to give you a heads up. It's the first time since 2012 the Vulcans had won up at the Mercyhurst Athletic Center. And that's saying something because Mercyhurst has really built a good program over the last couple of years. In 2019, they were regional champs, and last year in the shortened season, they still played an independent schedule, making the NCAA tournament, winning a game in the postseason.
Yeah, they're just well coached, good players, play very, very well. I didn't realize that until you sent me the text. But with our guys, that's all irrelevant. I think with the players that we have, we're going to have a chance to win each and every game we play. But when you beat the 11th ranked team in the country, that makes you feel good inside because you've got to play well to beat a team that's in the top 20 in the country.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. Cal got the victory there, but then you said communicating last night about the victory they put over UPJ, a huge margin of victory there. That just tells you the balance of level in the PSAC.
Yeah, our league, top to bottom, is very, very competitive this year. Obviously, Mercyhurst had to play extremely well. I'm guessing they had to shoot the ball very well to score 90 points, but the whole Pitt Johnstown to 61 points is saying a lot on the defensive end as well.
Yeah, and in this game, we're still checking out the highlights of it. For the game, CalU shot over 60% from the floor, and Brent Pegram and Phil Alston had over 50 points between the two of them. So when you get that kind of scoring from those guys, and again, you were right on the money there, 23 assists on 34 made baskets, that's exactly the kind of movement you like on offense.
Yeah, and like I said, it's just, when we're moving and cutting well and passing the ball well, we are really hard to guard. Obviously, Phil had 30 points in the game. Brent had 21 points. It was just their night. I think, some nights, we'll be balanced much better as far as we'll have 5-6 guys scoring in double figures. We're hard to guard. Obviously, Phil scoring, 22 points a game and does a lot of different things for us. But, I think each and every game we've got, 4 guys that could go for 20-plus points. So I think that puts a lot of pressure on our defense. And then when we're starting to cut well and screen well and move the basketball, we've been really good offensively here the last 3 games.
And you talked about balanced scoring. That's exactly what it was on Monday. Quick turnaround for the Vulcans. Play Saturday, come home Sunday, prep for Gannon, then you're playing right back at it on Monday versus Gannon there.
Yeah, and obviously Gannon presents a lot of challenges offensively. They are, I think, the best defensive field goal percentage in our conference, holding teams like 38%. And we got it going early against them. Again, I think moving the ball, our assist to bucket ratio was extremely high again. And then our defense, we hold teams to under 60 points. Will be very hard to beat.
Yeah, in the first half, they were about a nice lead, 45-23, behind a run of 31-4. I had to double check the math when I was writing the recap after that one. Just because, again, 31-4 run, I mean, you've basically eliminated the game at that point, no matter what happens in the second half. That's going to a dominance there you'd love to see as a coach.
Yeah, absolutely. I think getting off to a good start, and we've talked about playing for 40 minutes, and, when you get off to such a good start like we did against Gannon on both ends of the floor, it says a lot. To score that many points against Gannon in the first half when they hold teams to a low number, and then even more important is just our defense. They really struggled to get open shots, and again, if they were shooting it, it was with a contest, which is what we want to do. And then again, they're so good on the glass. They're +8, and I think we ended up being +12 on the glass, which says a lot. We weren't giving them second and third chance opportunities to score the basketball.
And you were right on the money there. From the three-point line, they were 4 of 19 from the floor and only made 8 field goals in the first half, shooting under 29%. That definitely aids to building that nice halftime lead on Monday versus the Golden Knights.
Yeah, defense is, when you're holding a team to under 30% shooting, you're defending.
Yeah, and again, in that game, you had all 5 starters in double figures. Alston leading the team with 18, Boswell with 16, and then you had 3 guys at 12. So it's just one of those things there. In 19 assists, 2 guys had 6 and 1 guy had 5. So you talk about looking the pass and leading the buckets there. That's what was on Monday.
Yeah, and if we're at 19 assists, or we're at 20 assists, we're going to shoot a very high percentage those games because we're moving the ball and guys are getting good looks with that. And 19 assists again, coming back from 23 assists to 19, that's saying a lot.
And it's one of those things that's got to be a challenge as a coach going one day off, the preparation. This one's a little bit easier in terms of everybody in the league did it and you knew that was going to happen, but it's going to be the norm going forward here with 1 day off.
Yeah, I think, you get into a routine as a team. I think we found our routine, what we need to do. Our guys have done a great job with personnel. I think personnel is so important, and I think we still have room to grow in that area, but we're definitely moving in the right direction in that area.
And again, 1 day off, exactly what happened. Play Monday, day off Tuesday. In terms of game competition, no, you're not taking a day off from practice and walkthroughs and everything. But last night coming back with a victory over Seton Hill in divisional play.
Yeah, and again, just a great start to the game for us. The first 20 minutes we played extremely well on both ends of the floor. I think we had 12 assists in the first half. We just were moving the ball extremely well, getting easy shots, and then our defense was good. And we were able to create some easy baskets off of turnovers in the first half. Whether we jumped in a passing lane or we stripped somebody, we were very active defensively, not just for the first half, but the entire game. We held them to 55 points, which, again, if teams were holding teams under 60 points, it's going to be hard for them to beat us.
And another game there of balance. You had 5 guys getting double digits. Lucas coming off the bench there, but Palak getting double-digit rebounds. Didn't get there in the points, but the double-digit rebounds. So balanced everywhere, offense and even on the glass.
Yeah, I think, again, I think we were plus 6 or 7 on the glass last night, which is important to us. And, having 5 guys in double figures, especially with Bryson just coming back, from COVID. I felt like yesterday, we expect so much from these guys, and then they're sick, and we want them to start to perform the way they were performing prior. I felt like in the second half yesterday, it clicked for him, and he was running up and down the floor, just being very aggressive and made some plays. And our guys made some good passes to get him some easy layups as well.
Yeah, and in the first half there, you held Seton Hill, only 1 of 10 from three-point lane. So again, not really their game per se, shooting threes there, but being able to stop them from being able to make any roll. Cut into a deficit again, 21-4 run in the first half. So another huge run to really basically cement the game there right before halftime.
Yes, in the last 3 or 4 games they've played, they have shot the 3 extremely well. So we had talked about that. And our guys, again, just responded, understanding personnel, knowing who they were guarding, and did a great job with that. You had mentioned Keith, had a tough offensive game, but we did a great job on number 3, who had 30 points the prior game. I think we held him for 1 for 7, and Keith and Bryson had that matchup for most of the game, and Zyan was on him as well, but we did a really good job with him as well.
And then that game was a unique matchup for Phil with basically a 7-footer there with Moon. Physical contest between those 2 guys all game long. So it was nice to see the battle back and forth underneath the glass.
Yeah, and Phil does that. He's just a special player that can guard somebody that's 7 foot and then turn around and guard somebody that's 5'10". He just has the ability, to do both. So defensively, he's very important for what we do.
Well, we rushed through those last 3 games there because we're going to do something different here after the break. We're going to have some special guests here in studio this week. So, again, I'll let Coach get back to game planning because, again, he has a game on Saturday. At least he got 2 days off now between games. But, again, no rest for the weary. It's going to be the case from now until basically into February, 3 games a week for almost everybody in the conference. So keep watching the Danny Sancomb Show. We'll be right back.
Vulcan basketball is back at Bloomsburg, at East Stroudsburg, women at Bowie State. Men home versus Carlow, home versus Westchester, home versus Millersville, home versus Kutztown, home versus IUP, at UPJ, at Shepherd, home versus Slippery Rock, at Edinburgh, at Clarion, at Mercyhurst, home versus Gannon, home versus Seton Hill, at Slippery Rock, home versus Pitt Johnstown. Women at Salem. At IUP. Home versus Edinburgh. At Seton Hill. Home versus Clarion. Home versus Mercyhurst. At Gannon. Follow the Vulcans live on CUTV Sports 1, on the PSAC Digital Network, and at calvulcans.com.
Hello, welcome back to the Danny Sancomb Show. I'm Matt Kite for the SID here at CalU. And with us today, special guests are guards Preston Boswell and Brent Pegram.
Yeah.
We've said Pegram for a long time. We apologize for that, but we're going to try to fix that going forward for the last handful of games here in the season. But guys, great start to the season. Start with you, Brent. What's it been like for you being able to come back again after having last year canceled and being able to have the success the team's had so far this year?
Yeah, it's actually been really fun. It's been different, just knowing like I graduated last year and I was so like ready to play my senior season, my real senior season. But then COVID hit, had a chance to reset, kind of just weigh my options about what I wanted to do with school and stuff. So I decided to come back. I realized we had a great group of guys here, and as you can see, like we love playing together, and it's really benefited me.
And Preston, this is your first year here at CalU, but again, no stranger to Danny Sancomb, no stranger to you guys next to you guys since your teammates at Wheeling winning a conference title there. What's it been like being able to reunite for one last season with Brent and Coach?
It's been amazing. Being someone who's super competitive, playing with Brent and Coach Sancomb is easy because they're probably more competitive than I am. So it's really nice to just get back with those guys, and because we've had a great relationship, so it's just easy playing with them and playing for Coach Sancomb.
And now, Brent, again, I've had a couple big wins over top 25 teams this year. What's been the program been able to do to make those steps here these last couple of years? How you've seen the transition from when you first came as a sophomore, basically you and Zyan being the only guys left, with Jermaine being out right now, from that point to being able to handle these top 25 matchups and being so successful in those games?
Yeah, well, when we first got here, we were playing games with 6 people. Like we were putting up fights, but at the end of the day, like you just run out of gas with 6 people. And then as time goes on, Coach is doing his recruitment, and then we just found the right group of guys to come in, and we gelled so well together, like off the court, not even on the court, but off the court, we just mix so well with each other. It makes it easier to play. And I think that's where it comes into play when we play these top 25 teams, because we realize we're better than a lot of these teams, and we're not getting the respect we deserve. So that gives us another chip on our shoulder.
Okay, Preston, you've been away from Brent for a handful of years. What was it like watching how his game's developed, and what have you seen him improve the most since he was a freshman and sixth man starting that championship game in the MEC?
He's just developed so much as a leader. Like a lot of stuff that you might not see on the box score, like he is vocal, and it just makes it easy to play with him on like defense. Like he's always talking to me, like whether we're switching or whatever. So for someone who's struggle sometime on defense, he makes it easy to like just get better on defense, I guess.
Now for one of you guys now, again, you guys have both played at Wheeling. You played with some very elite players on a team that was #1 in the country. When you see guys in the highlights, you go through Phil and Lucas with these dunks in there, what is it like for you guys being able to play with that kind of athletes again, being so many dunks at basically every contest, you're going to know you're a handful of them?
Yeah, it's actually pretty funny because I play with some guys that play professional basketball now. And like my freshman year, like they would dunk, but they don't get as many dunks a game as we get now. So it's just funny to see Phil and Bryson just go all over the place, just dunking the ball on everybody. It's actually pretty funny.
And now for Preston, again, coach is saying about the balance in offense there. Some games, Phil will get 20, 30, Brent will get 20 in there, but everybody else is starting to get that rhythm of having 12 to 15 points. What's that do for opposing teams to have so many guys to worry about?
Yeah, I mean, that just makes it hard. They have to respect everybody on our team. Like, some teams might have guys that are scoring like 25, and that makes it easy on us because it's like we got to be in the gaps and we can't let him score. But when everybody's scoring, it's you can't really help off anybody. Like if you got shooters like Keith and Brent, and we can drop it off to Phil or Bryson, like it just makes it much harder to guard.
Okay, and then the last one for you guys, and we got some more guests coming on after these two guys. What's it been like so far having 3 games in a week now, basically, and knowing that's what it's going to be like, almost like a tournament aspect for you guys, instead of just 1 week at a time for either a conference and NCAA, but knowing your whole last month and a half of the season is going to be like that?
Yeah, honestly, we really just got to take care of our bodies. We're not young anymore where we can play AAU tournaments and play 4 or 5 games in a day and just still have more energy. So we really just got to take care of our bodies, prioritize that, because you only get one body. So that's really a big point. We got to ice bath, we got to stretch, do things like that.
Okay, guys. Well, thank you for taking a couple minutes here with us. I know it's an off day after a game yesterday, but again, we have a couple more guests coming here to join the Danny Sancomb Show after a bit, so stay tuned.
Back by popular demand and better than ever is late night dining in the Natali Student Center. Join us starting Monday, October 18th at the hot spot for evening dining, Natali Evening Eats, located on the second floor of Natali next to Umami. Open Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. to 11:30 p.m., and on weekends, 7:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m., Natali Evening Eats is a one-stop shop for your favorite menu items. Orders can be placed through our mobile app or at the designated Evening Eats kiosk. We can't wait to see you there.
Welcome back to the Danny Sancomb Show. I'm Matt Keifer, host of the show. For this week, again, we have special guests. Joining us now are guard Zyan Collins and forward Phil Alston. Guys, obviously it's been a great start to the season. I talked to your teammates here a little bit about it, but Zyan, what's it like for you having this kind of season? When you came in with Brent as a freshman, played a lot of minutes, just a little bit, handful of guys and maybe one or two off the bench. What's it been like having this kind of depth and being able to play with this level of players?
It's been fun, and it's been like really competitive because when we play, like we know we playing to win every game. Like when I was a freshman, we were going out there to compete. You know, if we slip up, if we get up on somebody, we get up on them. But this year we're playing to win, and we have a really good bench, and people are developed, so we're ready.
And speaking of develop, Philip, there, obviously you being a bench player a couple years ago, your true freshman year, taking the time off, obviously he's transformed into being one of the best players in the league. What was it, your aspect in that time off that you really felt you needed to work on the most?
I really just wanted to work on my game a lot, my conditioning and like strength aspect. I just felt like getting a lot stronger and being able to just play the full game, a lot of minutes, and just working on my game, like my post work, my jump shot, mid range, handles, everything. I'll just stay in the gym. I feel like that prepared me the most for this season.
Okay, Zyan, again, you've been 3-year starter now. You reached the 1,000-point milestone. Is that something there going into the year that you knew you were close to and something you were anxious to be able to reach, so that way you could get it and push past and then focus on everything else a little bit? Or is that one of those things hanging over your head you have to worry about a little bit?
Well, no, I never worried about it. Like I knew I was going to get it. Like it was just a matter of time, like because we didn't play last year. So I was like, and COVID's still around. So I was like, I just want to knock it out the way and get it out the way. But it wasn't something hanging over my head for real. I was ready for it.
Okay, now Philip, again, being one of the guys there, getting a ton of national attention now with the Player of the Week and also a handful of PSAC West ones there. What is it for yourself when you see these awards come out there to keep wanting to keep pushing forward, again, knowing you're only a sophomore, you got 2 more years left to play, to keep making that next step?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I just tell myself, like, these, like, Player of the Weeks don't really mean nothing because at the end of the day, it's just, like, at the end of the year, that's what really matters, like, the Player of the Year or just winning games, like conference championships. Those are like our goals, like championships, and so I really don't let the weekly accolades get to me.
Okay, now Zyan, when you came into Brent as a transfer to Danny's first year. What was it about the program that sold you on between the coach or the program? What was it, and then being able to see it come to this point where you are already just in basically 3 playing seasons?
Well, when I first came here, like I was already going here anyway, so like I didn't really have a choice. But I mean, it worked out because I really didn't have a choice. So when I came here, and I found out Coach Sancomb was my coach, like I know he has a winning attitude. He's about winning, hard work, all that. I didn't really know Brent that well. I mean, I know he played with my older brother, but I mean, other than that, I just came in with a clear head, ready to make new memories and work hard for real.
And Philip, again, from the last playing season here, there were a lot of guys that left the program and left a lot of voids open, and then also a couple key injuries there. When those happened and you saw that opening spot in the post, basically, is that something you pushed on in the whole offseason? Like, this is something, it's my position, I got to go get this and keep working at it every day, knowing that position was going to be there?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really look at it like that because I felt like either way, even if everyone stayed, like I still would like had the same goal, and I felt like I had the same mindset that I thought that I was like better than everyone else, and I knew I just had to keep working to like be able to get my opportunity. So my mindset really never changed, but like other people leaving and stuff and like key injuries, that just basically just opened the door for me to come out faster.
Okay, and then last question here for you guys. Now, you've both been able to throw a couple of dunks down now. Is there one in particular that was your favorite this season? I know yours are mostly in transition, but one of those ones either this guy did or Bryson did or anybody like that?
One of my favorite dunks of the year so far is Bryson's dunk during IUP, and he dunked on his kid's back.
That
was major.
Yeah. Okay, again, a lot of highlights there so far throughout the season. Several more coming up. Got a big game versus Slippery Rock here this Saturday. Again, one of those notes there for fans and anybody interested in the game, you could not attend the game. Slippery Rock's policy is no fans in attendance. So again, you can follow the game online, video, stats, everything's going to be there for the contest. And then again, the Vulcans come back against UPJ after their big victory over Mercier's lost to Mercier's last night on February 2nd. So again, plenty of action coming up for the Vulcans. A lot of contests still left to be played between now and March. A lot of stuff still going on. But again, thanks for watching the Danny Sancomb Show.